Hey y'all, I am on the very rainy, moody Oregon coast right now, in Otter Rock. I'll be gone by the time I post this video, but eating a burrito from a really cool shop here, like Christian sweets and coffee shop, and it was pretty awesome to see just them testifying. They had a scripture on the wall from Exodus, and it was talking about like the Lord fights for you, which I've just been like feeling that lately too. I heard somebody talking about resting back in the Lord and letting him fight for you, letting his word fight for you. And so I kind of have a testimony. I had a friend pray over me, my best friend pray over me, and she said, Lord, I pray that any delays would work out and that you would use them for good. Just kind of sense like things aren't going to be perfect, but any delays, that my eyes would be on Jesus and it would work out really well. So I kind of was like, I feel that in my spirit that there's probably going to be a couple of things that I have to navigate through. And the video that I recorded just a couple days ago also was alluding to that, just like, okay, in times of a pinch, learning to rely on the Father and know that he is good. And so Romans 8, verse 28 talks about, for God works all things together for the good of those who love him. For those who are dependent on him, he works these things out for good, for those that are called, and he has a purpose for their lives. And so I was flying from Raleigh to Charlotte. Before I even booked my ticket, I knew that I was to make a layover in Charlotte, which, if anybody knows that feeling, it's kind of like the whole Charleston to Charlotte to wherever else you're going. Well, this is similar. Raleigh to Charlotte to wherever you're going. It's like the flight you just don't really care for too much. So I get on the flight. I had to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm sitting there pondering as we're like rolling back the plane on the tarmac, and I was like, I wonder when that delay will come. And no joke, 30 seconds later, the guy comes over the intercom, the pilot. He's like, sorry folks, but we're gonna be sitting here for about 26 minutes. Well, I only had like 45-minute hour layover before I had to jump on my plane to Portland. And so I was like, oh crap. So I'm like, well, there's the delay. There it is right there. And so I had that word, and I knew I was on the right flight because I knew I was supposed to connect to Charlotte. So I'm like, all right, I can rest in that. I'm in the right flight, but what's going to happen next? Like, am I going to be stuck in Charlotte? Am I going to make an impromptu visit to my friends there? Like, what's happening? And then I check my phone on the app, and it says arrival time is delayed until 8:28. Well, I took that as a sign. Romans 8:28. The Lord's going to work this out for his good, no matter what that looks like. So I was at peace. I was totally at peace with it, was fine. And just like, all right, well, this is going to be what it's going to be. No stress, no worry. Long story short, get there, doing a little light jog to get to my gate, and I make it on the plane. There were like 3 of us straggling, make it on the plane. I'm totally fine. Sat next to another solo adventurer, and got to kind of talk to her and give her some pointers about where she was going, and we just had a good time talking about like adventuring, and we were stirring up that adventuring part of our hearts by just saying, yeah, I'm doing this too. Didn't know where we were going to stay, both of us, and just knew to like go with whatever came. So that was really cool to find somebody that was like-minded in her adventuring. So anyway, the whole point was that I saw that, oh, things are much better when I stay in rest versus when I worry. There would have been the same outcome to that situation, even if I had stepped into worry. But the thing would have been that my rest and my peace would have been stolen, and an opportunity to trust the Lord and to cultivate intimacy with him would have not happened, right? I wouldn't have taken that opportunity. So instead, I chose to lean into trusting the Lord and taking the opportunity to lean back and rest in him, which then I had such a restful flight to Portland that I did not expect, and had a great conversation with this girl next to me as well. So anyway, just encouraging you, the Lord really does work things out for our good, no matter what it looks like. No matter if I would have missed the plane, it still would have been worked out for my good, as long as I'm keeping my eyes on him and trusting him and watching for what is he doing, right? Not, oh, you didn't do this for me, but rather, what are we doing, Jesus? How are we connecting in the midst of this hurdle? And what do you want to cultivate in me right now that I can then give away to somebody else? So anyway, just encouraging you on that. More testimony later, because there's definitely little things coming up, and look forward to seeing you guys later. Peace.